Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins, also the owner of the National Wrestling Alliance. Billy Corgan was talking about Tony Khan this week, and he had some very interesting things to say. Let's take a look at what he had to say. So he was speaking with the two-man power trip. He professed that Tony Khan has been highly beneficial to the NWA and the wrestling industry as a whole. He says, quote, we work out everything. Sorry, quote, we work everything out. Tony has been an incredible partner, and I've never felt like the NWA or myself wasn't totally respected. The communication is great, and we talk fairly often. He's obviously a very busy guy. When we do talk, we keep it to what is most valuable, and we'll read out the rest of the quote. So there you see something very, he's talking about Tony Khan in a very good light. He's like, we have this partnership with the NWA and AEW, and Tony Khan is very open to hearing ideas and very open to them. So I think it's a good thing. I think there's a good working relationship. That's the first big takeaway from this between the NWA and AEW.
Absolutely.
He goes on to say that 5 years ago, when I was with TNA, I'd go into these meetings, sit in these meetings, and they'd say, it's WWE and no one else. TNA's biggest year, they generated like $30 million in gross revenue, which is a big number. In those meetings, they didn't care about what I was selling. If they couldn't make it happen, you could say if you were at a low revenue, no matter how good your ideas were. Tony is proving that there is more, and you see that with the expanding of their programming. They wouldn't be expanding their programming if there wasn't a desire for more. So there he says, I think, what everyone is thinking, that, you know, before it was like there was WWE and no one else, but now Tony Khan has made it so that there is this other big entity, and this other big entity in AEW isn't doing what WWE did, which is like, you know, try to, you know, buy all these companies out and, you know, take all their talent. Tony Khan is making it work and working and having partnerships with all these other entities, all these other businesses, and it's better for professional wrestling. And when you have someone who's from not even a rival, but another wrestling program, another wrestling company, who's in charge of another wrestling company, saying this about another owner, I think it's good, because it means that we're past this bullshit in wrestling where everyone needs to compete against everyone else. Like, it doesn't have to be a competition. There can be, like, NWA is allowed to be good, and AEW is allowed to be good. WWE is allowed to be good in parts. And AEW and NWA and MLW, they can all thrive. Like, that's one thing that the old mentality, I think, doesn't fit anymore. But what are your thoughts on these comments that Corgan had, and just what the partnerships that have developed between these different wrestling companies?
Well, I mean, the thing is, Billy Corgan has expressed his love for wrestling for years now, right? And same thing with Tony Khan. And I honestly believe when you have that love of the product that you are selling, you get it's a different appreciation for it, and you see it within the work you put out. And I honestly believe that's the case. I love NWA. I do. I've always loved NWA. I like what Corgan is doing over there, and I like what Khan is doing here. And I think, honestly, it's a perfect partnership because they have the same mindset. You can't have a partnership like this work well when you have two people with two different mindsets. And I believe Corgan are working on the same pace. And like he said, like, taking a direct quote from him, it's a breath of fresh air, because you don't have that often. It's with most people, it's about money. It's not about what product they put out. It's not about what it looks like or if the fans even give a fuck about it. It's like, oh, I think that's interesting. Put it out. But what if they don't care? Fuck it. I'm a billionaire. Who cares? Like, that's pretty much how it is sometimes. And it honestly, it's refreshing to read that, to know that information.
Yeah, I agree. It's refreshing. It's great. TK, keep it up. Billy Corgan, stop making albums. Love the Smashing Pumpkins, but goddamn, man. You need to just quit while we're ahead. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.